Wow. I really was involved. I was involved in that scene. Pulled me in.
What's up, Perk?
I'm proud of it, but let me tell you something. I know a tequila shot when I see one. I know a tequila shot when I see one.
Yes. What's up, Wendy? What's going on, bro?
Wendy missed the scene.
That's right.
That's all right, Wendy. We got to live through Brick here for a minute, which was really cool. Okay, so that was obviously Stephen A. on General Hospital as Brick.
I wouldn't say I missed it.
You saw it.
Oh, okay. He saw it, in and out of it. Very good, Stephen A.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I
Very
got
good.
some work to do, but I'm getting there.
You're getting there.
I'm getting
All right, Brick, talk about bricks. There was quite a few at the United Center on my Bulls side last night. Let's go to what happened in Chicago. Luka Doncic just dominated the Bulls to the tune of 46 points, 7 boards, and 12 assists in a 129-118 Lakers win. Doncic did a lot of his damage from beyond the arc, going 8 of 14 from 3. Luka's 9th career game with 45 and 10 assists ties James Harden for the second most in NBA history, trailing only Nate Archibald's 12. Monday marked Luka's 65th career regular season game with the Lakers, and he became the 4th fastest player to score 2,000 points with the franchise in NBA history. Forget the mess that happened in Chicago. How close are the Lakers now to being a title threat? Perk.
They're not far off. Do I have them picked to win the West? No, I don't. I can't put them above OKC, Denver, or the Spurs, but they're knocking at the door. Let me say this. Luka Doncic is one of the greatest offensive players this game has ever seen. The Lakers could score and put up points with any team in the NBA. The problem is that when you talk about winning championships or being a legit title contender, it got to go to the other end. Now, has Luka stepped it up defensively? Has the Lakers been better defensively? Absolutely. But I got to look at a guy like DeAndre Ayton right now. And that's the only problem that I have. I feel like they're a big man away, a Daniel Gafford player away from actually being legit. Because the way DeAndre Ayton has been looking of late, I can't roll with the Lakers solely because he's a guy that's not playing with force. Forget not being a real legitimate offensive threat far as being a live threat at the basket. Defensively, those numbers, those double-doubles that he may put up occasionally is fool's gold. And I just think that they need to make a move at the trade deadline and get athletically at the big position. If they could get a big like a Daniel Gafford, they could compete with the best of them.
Wendy?
Okay, let's talk about what the Lakers have going for them. Okay, Luka is probably right now top 2 for MVP. I think if you had a vote today, he and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander would be up there. He's having a brilliant season. They are absolutely awesome in the clutch, largely because they have Luka and LeBron, who are awesome clutch players. You get them in a clutch game, they're winning like 95% of those. Austin Reeves is about to come back. If he doesn't come back tomorrow in Cleveland, probably by the end of the week on this road trip. Last night, J.J. Redick did something that I thought was fascinating. Even though Luka was red hot, he took Luka off the ball, put the ball in LeBron's hand, and played Luka sort of as the off guard. Luka was totally into it. He hit 8 threes. That is a really interesting way forward. Those are all reasons why you should be excited as a Laker fan. Also, they're a great road team. But when you talk about title contender, what you're talking about is the need to win 3 playoff series, 2, 3 playoff series. And I just think that the Lakers, as currently constructed, when they get into a playoff series, they're going to be picked apart defensively. The other team is going to isolate Luka. They're going to isolate LeBron. They're going to isolate Reeves. And they don't have backline help. Last night, DeAndre Ayton got benched again. And that's one of the reasons why in their last 19 games, they're 9-10. Yeah, they've won 4 or 5, but they've been an average team here because of their defensive shortcomings. So is there a trade that they could make by next week that could help them? Sure. Is there a center out there who can be the pick and roll lob threat that we saw in Dallas with Derek Lively and Daniel Gafford that can also be your backline defense? Yeah, and they have expiring contracts. They have draft stuff they could do, but they're not there. They're top 5. They're out of the play-in zone. That's really well. They're having a good season, but I can't put title contender when your defense is this poor.
Neither can I. That's why I'm going to disagree with Big Perk on this. I mean, I don't disagree with you, Perk, that if they went out and they got a Gafford or somebody, an active big man who takes pride in playing his role. That's the shame of this. Because let me tell you something right now. LeBron James at age 41 is doing his job. He's giving you 22, 6, and 6. Austin Reeves, when he gets back, he clearly has elevated his level of play. He's giving you over 26 a game. You look at Luka Doncic, he's averaging 33 and 11. The brother has just been sensational, no doubt about it. So offensively, you have some of the pieces and guys playing within their role. J.J. Redick, and I think him and his coaching staff, listen, I loved me some Darvin Ham. I was really mad when he departed because he took them to a Western Conference Finals. Then they lost in the first round the following year. But both series went to the Denver Nuggets, led by Jokic. I mean, there's no shame in that, okay? Had they run into somebody else, the Lakers might have advanced deeper. I'm talking about the previous couple of years before they lost to Minnesota last year. But I'm just looking at them, and I'm saying J.J. Redick and his coaching staff clearly knows what they're doing. I watched them the other night, Big Perk, about a week or so ago, and how many open shots can you get for your team?
Streaky shooting is another
I mean,
problem.
my God, he got them open shot after. They just couldn't bury them. I mean, they're hitting more contested shots than they hit wide open shots. All you got to do is run into the paint and dare them to shoot threes, and they'll miss. This is the Lakers that we're talking about here, right? But offensively, we know they can find a way to get things done when you got Reeves, Luka, and LeBron James. It's defense, okay? And they can't defend anybody. You can take advantage of all three of those guys, plus a plethora of other players on the roster defensively. And when you look at the elite teams in the Western Conference, it's the Spurs, it's the Oklahoma City Thunder, it's the Denver Nuggets, it's the Houston Rockets. Think about opening night. The Houston Rockets had 4 dudes on the floor, 6'11" or taller. Their shortest player on the floor was Amen Thompson. I mean, think about that. And this is an elite defender. So I look at it from that standpoint, and I say to myself, this is not a good situation for the Los Angeles Lakers to be in when you can't defend, you can't hit open shots, even if you've got juggernauts offensively that can get it done. Back to DeAndre Ayton real quick. Have you no shame? Have you no shame? You do know that you played in the NBA, right? You know that this is not the Bahamas. This is not the Bahamas. See, the Bahamas is where you relax. That's where he's from. I mean, you relax in the Bahamas. You ain't supposed to be relaxing at the Crypto.com arena. That's or wherever you go wearing purple and gold. That's what he seems to do. And the reason why I want the world to listen to what Perk is saying is because when you're talking about a Daniel Gafford, you're just using him as an example. You're talking about a guy that doesn't need shots to be effective, a guy that doesn't mind defending, that doesn't mind rebounding, that doesn't mind trying to block shots, that doesn't mind letting his physical presence be felt. He's going to be active. What the Lakers need is an active body on their front court with some girth. You know, not a guy like Jackson Hayes, who's athletic but relatively thin. You need somebody like the Big Perk. You need somebody like that. You understand? You need a big boy that don't mind throwing his body around, that's willing to be active. That's all. That's the shame with DeAndre Ayton. He's regressed over the last 4 years, averaging 18 points 4 years ago, then it's 16, then it's 14, now it's 13. And it's all because of a lack of passion. That's really the crime in all of it. He's not a scrub. It's a lack of passion. It's like he just lollygags from time to time. And for some reason, nobody can seem to fix it, fellas.
Perk and Wendy, go ahead, Perk.
He's going to lollygag him.
Well, here's the thing.
He's going to lollygag himself right up out the league. That's what's going to end up happening because, you know, when you look at DeAndre Ayton, if you had a problem in Phoenix, you had a problem in Portland, and now you're having a problem in L.A. playing alongside Luka and LeBron, sooner or later, it's not everybody else that's with the problem. It's you. Right. And it's a damn shame to be that physically gifted, athletically, and don't utilize it. Right. And so when you think about the Lakers and you think about this opportunity that he's had, he's playing with some all-time greats. Do you know, you don't take that for granted? Right. I play around, but I call myself a groupie when it comes down to all the Hall of Famers that I played with in my career. And I never took that for granted. From KG to KD to Russ to Rondo to Paul Pierce to Ray Allen, all those guys. DeAndre Ayton better be careful. He better be careful. There ain't going to be too many more times that doors going to continue to open and he's going to have a chance to walk into these locker rooms.
Where, Wendy?
Well, remember, he was a free agent who was cut for a reason. That's number one. He was never going to be a long-term option there. Although, remember, he did get a player option in that deal, so he's set for next year. The thing about the Lakers, they are in position to have $100 million in cap space. Even if they re-sign Austin Reeves, they could still have 50 or so million dollars. When they make decisions, they have to think about the future. They can't make a stopgap decision. So if they're going to make a trade and it's to take on a guy who's got a contract after this year, more than a rental, it's got to be a guy who fits with Luka Doncic. Those players are out there, but those trades are hard to execute. So keep that in mind when you look at next week's deadline.
Well, you also got to remember, Gafford played with Luka. So let's not forget that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you got to pay attention to that. That's a former teammate. You understand, of Luka, that knew how to play his role, and all they did was go to the finals. You don't run into Tatum and Brown and the crew in Boston. You win yourself a championship. Let's not forget that as well. Gafford, I love that name because I love what Gafford brings to the table in terms of somebody who knows his job, knows his responsibility, and goes out there and gives you effort. When he is on the court healthy, he gives you what he's got. And too bad P.J. Washington ain't a big boy. You know, he's small forward. Too bad he ain't one of them because he gives you energy. You look for that's what the Los Angeles Lakers need. You don't need more offense. You need cats that are going to do their job defensively and fit in where they can fit in.
Yeah.
They don't have that right now in DeAndre Ayton.
And Gaff will give you a little bit on both ends of the floor as well. As a reminder, trade deadline February 6th at 3 p.m. Eastern. Thank you, Perk. Thank you, Wendy. We'll talk to you later on.